Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Sarcastic Cuddles Gaming. Today, we are going to be playing, if it decides it wants to respond, Equinox. Once again, I don't really know anything about this game, but kind of in the same sense of Iris, I was told that this is another 2D platformer that just takes place in a beautiful world. And the description on the game page itself even said, sometimes we explore worlds too quickly. Put on some headphones and take your time. So that is exactly what I am going to be doing. And also figuring out how to move would be quite nice. I see. And I don't appear to have a jump button. And I also don't necessarily know if the game is running at the full speed that it's necessarily supposed to. And the reason I say that is because I just recently got this computer and I'm still trying to figure everything out. So unfortunately, I can jump. I see. So unfortunately, I don't actually have everything figured out quite yet. And this is one of the few games that I decided I would like to sit down and play to kind of test how this new computer works, how everything runs, and testing OBS and that sort of stuff. But who cares about that? Because right now, what I'm more interested in is this world and what kind of secrets it has waiting for me. It doesn't appear that I can go down there. So this game did definitely tout itself. Hopefully the mouse wasn't necessarily in there, my apologies. As just a world to go in and explore and enjoy. And that sounds right up my alley. Honestly, games like these are quite honestly, these games are some of my favorite kinds. I don't know if this is something I can click on. No. I'm just gonna click everything. Make sure this isn't something that I'm missing or something I need to interact with. It doesn't appear so. I don't know, that seems like it should be more. But this is really, really pretty. I absolutely love the art design of this game so far, I will say that. And, whoa. That's otherworldly me? Uh-oh, I'm not gonna have to, Dark Link battle this, am I? I don't have dense fire, I'm not prepared. Are you gonna follow me? Are you gonna be my friend? Hey, friend. No, you don't want to follow me? Okay, well, that's really bizarre. I wonder if there's anything I can do with that or about that, because so far it seems like the controls are just the arrow keys. Unless I'm wrong, in which case I might actually come back to this game if I discover there's a lot more to it and I'm just missing the point entirely, which could be the case, but I'm not sure. It just looks painted. Like pixel but painted, and that's awesome. And I like the ambient that's playing as well. Some of my absolute favorite music is ambient music. I think if you're into ambient type stuff, one of the best albums I've heard, some people gave a kind of lackluster review, but is Paracosm by Washed Out, I think is one of my favorites. But anything, even Legend of Zelda music, temple music, like my favorite is Whoa, what did I just get? It's blue now. Do I have to jump off this cliff? Wow. Okay, this is beautiful. I love this. So I can't go that way, which means I probably have to go back. Favorite song is Forest Temple from Ocarina of Time. I would say that's one of my favorites, but and it has that nice ambient quality to it. But this is just, you know, it means a lot when you can create a game that gets a player placed into that world, not just playing it, but actually getting caught up in that world that you've presented. And one of the things, I've unlocked the door maybe? I think so. One of the things that can get a player invested in your world, in my opinion, and one of the most important things in gaming that I think gets kind of overlooked when people review games is the music of it. the art of it, and how those two are incorporated, how those two play off of each other can become very, very important for any kind of game, whether it be a game like this, where it's very artful and it's just like a small journey that you take, or whether it's a big AAA title. I think another one of my favorite soundtracks of all time is probably, and I know a lot of people are probably going to be like, oh, you play that game? That's an awful game. First-person shooters are terrible. I absolutely love the soundtrack to Halo 2. I thought it had a soundtrack that added something to the game rather than just kind of being there in the background. Unlike Halo 4, unfortunately, had a couple of songs like that where they weren't really noteworthy. They weren't really anything that stood out. However, contrary to popular opinion, I actually really enjoyed Halo 4, and I actually really enjoyed its soundtrack. Specifically, I would look up Belly of the Beast, Awakening, and I forget its name, unfortunately, but the third track, the first 3 tracks of the album, and a few others, actually, on the soundtrack that I just can't think of off the top of my head right now. I feel like they could have stood out a lot more and been a lot more memorable if only they had turned up the volume on the music in that game just a smidge, but I feel like since they didn't have Martin O'Donnell as part of the team for that game, they were just like, nothing will live up to his work. Let's just turn the music down so it's not as noticeable as the other titles, but oh my god. Am I gonna come in like a wrecking ball? No, I guess not. God, it even has the nice shadow work to it. This is amazing. I need to, just same with Iris, I need to find more by whoever made this. Or if they haven't made anything more, I really hope they do. This is awesome. It's just something you can get lost in. And it's something that, at the same time, it doesn't need answers, but it gives you so many questions because the world and the environment are so thought-provoking. Who is this guy? Where are we? Why are we traveling? And where are we going? Questions that maybe won't be answered, but who knows? I think there's a lot of potential for a story here. Toy Tree Fun Selector? Oh no. Oh, is that it? Oh, I really hope not. Oh, I think that's all. See, you want so much more. I want so much more. I don't know about you guys. I want a lot more of this and games like this. In fact, if you know any games like Iris or this that are just very ambient, very simplistic in design, please let me know, because I love stuff like this. And this song is beautiful. I'm gonna have to find who did the soundtrack for this. I have way too much video game music on my computer, but this will be another track to add at least. So hey, I had a lot of fun with that. I'm gonna look up and see if they've done anything else, because that was tremendous. And it's so hard to explain why, because, you know, someone on the outside might look at this and be like, but it's so simple. You're just walking, you know, there's no objective, there's no combat, and it's like, sometimes a game doesn't need that, you know? Even going back to the earliest days of gaming, Asteroids, think of it. Yes, it technically had an objective and combat, but it was very simplistic in its design. And sometimes going back to basics, going back to simplicity, offers so much better experience than AAA titles can. But enough of that rambling. If you enjoyed this video, you could give it a like or share it with other people you think would enjoy it. If you want to see future videos, you could consider subscribing. And as always, thank you very much for watching. I will see you next time. Bye-bye.